Well, if it seems like you're filling up your tank more often during these cold months, you may be right. Gas prices, we know, definitely aren't cheap, approaching $4 a gallon. Richard Herod, General Manager of White Bear Mitsubishi, joins us to talk about how to get some more money and some more bang for your buck during these winter months. Richard, thanks for being here this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So we were talking about this. There are many things that you really can't control this time of the year when it comes to the weather.
Right. Well, a couple things. Obviously, having a cold car, you need to warm up your car a little bit. But there are some myths that you don't need to let your car warm up for 20, 30 minutes. I mean, now with today's modern technology, you can let your car warm up for just 5 minutes. Winter blend fuel, that's a big deal. Many Minnesota gasoline stations year-round use ethanol in the gasoline. So for every 10 gallons of gas you buy, only 9 gallons in some cases is actual gasoline. That reduces your fuel economy. Add that to a winter blend, and all of a sudden you see your gas mileage going down.
So you can select a gas maybe that has less ethanol in it this time of year. Is that possible?
Well, I mean,
it's blended into everything.
It's
right?
blended, yeah. I mean, there are very few gas stations that offer non-oxygenated gasoline.
Gotcha.
But there are things you can do that you can not, excessively idle your car. And I mean, excessive idling can waste quarter gallon of gas, half a gallon of gas. You don't need to do that.
And you also said there's also some other things which come down to just kind of the way you drive this time of year.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's
the way some people drive, not us.
Not us, not at all. But a couple of things that you can do. First thing, making sure your car is properly maintained. A properly maintained vehicle obviously will operate correctly. Two, having properly inflated tires. Making sure that your tires are inflated properly can increase your fuel mileage by 3.3%. A dirty air filter, just by changing your air filter, it can increase your gas mileage by 10 to 15%. And one fact I thought that was really interesting, according to fueleconomy.gov, erratic drivers on the highway, if you accelerate quickly or slow down quickly, I'm not implicating you.
Thank you.
But in that instance, I mean, those drivers can impact their mileage 33% just by driving normally. So you add all that together, it's just math. You take an erratic driver who has underinflated tires, who has a dirty air filter, they could change their gas mileage by 50%.
I mean, that's a lot, too, when you talk about $4 a gallon for gas. Yeah. If you're able to get that much savings.
Yeah, I mean, gas is a big deal. I have a customer at the store who has kept track, his name's Al, he's kept track of every tank of gas he's purchased. And there's things that you can't impact, like the impact of an election on gasoline prices or how cold it is. But you can impact how you drive, how your vehicle's properly maintained. And most cars since 2008 have a tire pressure warning light on the dash. And if you pay attention to that, you can see some real savings at the pump.
I know this is a time of year where a lot of folks who have four-wheel drive like to switch her down into four-wheel drive and use that. That's got to have some kind of pretty big impact on your gas mileage too?
Again, right? I mean, a lot of cars have the option of four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive. Obviously, when you use four-wheel drive, there's more friction against the road surface. Some vehicles offer all-wheel drive that you can turn off and on. So if you have the ability to turn your vehicle into two-wheel drive, that can produce some real savings as well.
And I find that we do it. I know we kind of switch into four-wheel drive probably maybe even more often than we need to, just because there's a little bit of snow on the ground and you think that's the right thing to do. But I mean, you definitely save some money if you're able to safely drive in two-wheel drive, right?
Well, it's just money.
Yeah, which isn't important at all this time of year, right?
It's really important.
Well, Richard, thanks so much for stopping by. I think you gave some people some nice tips, good things to think about before they get out there. It'd be nice, well, at least from some people's perspective, as all this winter weather just kind of started moving on out. But we'll talk more about that in a couple of minutes with Jonathan Uhas's weather forecast when we come back.